అర్థం కాలే. మళ్ళీ చెప్పు ఒకసారి. Guys, let's start at 11:10. So, okay, guys, let's start the session. So, hey everyone, welcome back to Sunday with Sketch Brains. So, today guest is someone who is making waves in AI space while still being a student. While most people are talking about AI, he is actually building with it. Joining us today is Syed Nooruddin Hussain, entrepreneur and a founder of TarsLab. From working on AI powered solutions for real world problems to staying ahead of latest developments in artificial intelligence, he's been actively exploring how technology can create meaningful impacts. So, in today's conversation, we'll talking about his journey, task lab, AI trends, and the future of AI, and much more. So, Syed, it's a pleasure to have you with us today. And so, without further ado, let's dive right in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm grateful being on the SketchBrains.
Firstly, there is a lot more to person than the LinkedIn profiles. So, for someone meeting you for the first time today, who is Syed Nooruddin Hussain?
I would say I'm someone like who's obsessed with building because building things actually outlive me. Technology for me isn't about writing programs. It's about changing the balance of power, basically. Every major shift in the history has come from whoever controls knowledge, infrastructure, or communication. AI is simply one of them. I don't measure myself by titles, or I don't measure myself by degrees. I measure myself with problems I'm willing to spend years solving. If people remember me one day, I don't want it to be because I followed the trend. I want it to be because I shaped it.
That's nice, Syed. So, most students are trying to get placed. You're building AI solutions. So, when did you realize you wanted to take the different path?
So if I say I didn't choose a different path, I just couldn't stay on the main one. Everyone, I guess, was running for placements as like it was the finish line, and I kept thinking, whose race is this? The moment it was clicked was when I wrote my first program. That feeling of making something of my own and watching it work, it ruins the safe option, to be very honest. Once you have tasted building, waiting to be hired feels like handing over a script when you have your own one. Okay, so I would say I just found waiting harder than risking.
Yeah, I think that's the CEO mentality and attitude, I guess. Yeah, even I have observed many people. So that's nice. And what's something you have learned outside the college that turned out more valuable than what you have learned inside?
So basically, I would say college will teach you how the systems will work, but the real world will teach you how people work. Okay, I have learned that execution beats intelligence more than intelligence beats execution. The smartest idea means nothing if you if it never reaches to the market. I have also learned that keep leverage matters more than effort. One line of AI code can replace manual work, hours of manual work. But in a similar way, one good relationship can open doors that 100 certificates will never. Outside college, what I have learned is that value isn't created by knowing more. It's created by solving problems that people are willing to pay for.
Okay. So the headline story in AI right now is the race between frontier models, right? So from the outside, it feels like everyone is catching up. So do you think the gap between the top AI models is actually narrowing?
So I would basically say that the visible gap is narrowing, but invisible gap is widening because everyone can build impressive models, but very few can build the infrastructure, compute, data, pipelines, and distribution, to be honest, required to basically sustain these frontier AI models. Intelligence is becoming commoditized, but ecosystems are becoming, in a similar way, ecosystems are becoming monopolized. So the winner won't necessarily have smartest model. They will have the platform everyone else will depend on, basically.
As someone building in this space, like how do you deal with more challenges?
Can you once come again?
Yeah, yeah. As someone building in the space, like how do you deal with the challenges?
I don't believe like every problem deserves the biggest model. The best AI architecture is usually the combination of routing, smaller models, caching, retrieval, and using frontier models only when they are required. The good engineering isn't about like buying more intelligence; it's about spending intelligence when it creates the highest return. So efficiency is compute advantage, I would say.
Yeah. Like people say AI is getting cheaper right now. So yet companies keep saying that AI bills are exploding. So which reality do you think closer to the truth?
Actually, if I say both are true, okay. The cost per token is falling, but the consumption is growing exponentially. It is similar to how cloud storage is basically. Storage becomes cheaper, yet companies buy more because they definitely needs more data to store and cloud. AI isn't becoming expensive because model costs more. It is expensive because businesses are trying to automate everything.
Yeah, even nowadays, like everyone is using ChatGPT even for small reasons.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Similarly, the businesses are trying to automate everything, and that is why I guess they feel like it's getting expensive.
So, as someone building in the space, like there is a popular saying going around that prompt engineering is dead, right? So, do you agree with that, or simply is it evolving?
I won't say key prompt engineering is a dent. Bad prompt engineering is because writing clever prompts is kind of a beginner thing now. Today, builder design systems, memory tools, reasoning, evaluation pipelines, okay, retrieval structured outputs. The prompt has become one of the component inside the much larger architecture. Okay, we have moved from writing sentences to designing intelligence. So I guess that's why people feel that we don't make things in because similar way looping and all are getting introduced.
A lot more people believe that future is AI agents taking action rather than human writing prompts. So, do you think that we are heading where we are heading?
So like absolutely like prompts are conversation, okay, and agents are employees. The next AI leap isn't answering questions; it is like completing the objective. Eventually, people won't ask AI to write a mail or will not ask them to write a piece of code. They just simply say to build this end-to-end product, or they will say keep क्या बोलते हैं, prepare grow my business. I need strategy on it. It will eventually deploy dozens of specialized agents, will negotiate, okay, research and execute and report back. The inference disappear, outcomes becomes the product.
So that's good to hear. And with open source models becoming so powerful, right? So does business still expensive frontier models?
So basically, I would say it will completely depend on the problem. See, if your use case is predictable and domain specific, then open source model will be often enough. But if you're pushing it for some kind of scientific research, advanced reasoning, multimodal intelligence, or mission critical application, frontier models will always have a meaningful advantage. I don't think this becomes a winner. Okay, frontier AI will create breakouts. Open source will democratize them basically.
And what does the rise of open source AI change for startups and builders like you?
It changes the start line, if I would say. 5 years ago, only $1 billion company could create the world class AI product. Today, a smaller team with the right ideas can actually compete globally. Okay, so open source shifts the competition away, I would say, from who owns the model and towards who understands the customer better. Technology will is becoming accessible, and execution remains scarce. How in the space it's like you can see the open source companies like DeepSeek and all have come to a certain point that they compete with billion-dollar infra companies like Anthropic, uh, OpenAI. So I guess that shows key how it has changed the game for the startups.
Yeah. So What is the biggest challenge you have faced while building the TarsLab?
Mm, I would say like I never felt like technology has ever been the hardest part throughout my journey. Convincing people and making them believe in the future that does not exist yet. That I guess is a bit difficult. Every startup is still asking the market to trust a vision before it is proved. So building software is engineering, building belief is leadership. I've learned that resilience isn't refusing to fail; it's refusing to let failure become your identity.
That's actually a strategy. So, how do you see the India ecosystem, AI ecosystem evolving over next 5 years?
So if I say you like India has all the ingredients to be honest, okay? It has talent, it has scale, and it has urgency. The next challenge is ownership. Okay, we shouldn't become only the world's AI workforce. Okay, we should become the world's AI product builders. I expect India to move from service-based innovation towards platform-based innovation, where companies build foundation products, okay, used across the world, instead of only executing someone else's vision. The opportunity is anonymous. So if we choose ambition over imitation, that could actually lead us to a higher scale.
Yeah. So, Kashyap is asking a question that why what companies get when they make their models available on GitHub.
First of all, I would say the models aren't open sourced over GitHub. Okay, so there is a different platform where all these AI models get open sourced. That platform is called Hugging Face. Okay, they do. They just do it for research purposes. They are research lab based on out in different parts of the country who want the models and the intelligence to be accessible to everyone. So that is the whole and sole purpose for them. So they are basically making it open source only for the research purposes.
Okay, so let's step away from technology for a moment. So, what does actually AI mean to you personally?
To me, AI isn't just a software. It is one of the rare invention that changes what it means to be human, basically, if you think. Every major civilization has shaped by the tools it has created. The wheel expanded the movement, electricity expanded the industry, with the internet changed the expanding in knowledge. The AI expands thoughts itself, I would say. The power can either be the power can either concentrate opportunity in the hands of few or it can distribute in the hands of billions. Personally, I don't want to merely witness the transition. I want to help decide which direction it goes. Because history rarely remembers the people who adopted the change. It remembers the people who defend it.
That's nice, Syed. So, I just want to ask one question that if you want to give suggestion to the young startup founders, so what's the one suggestion you're going to give to them?
I would say them be obsessed. Be obsessed behind the vision. Be obsessed behind your idea. Because I have seen that obsession needs talent, hard work, smart work every time. Be obsessed behind the thing you're working.
Even though if we work with love, lots of love, like it is gonna get success for us for sure because we are doing with passion, right?
I would say obsession is far bigger than passion.
Yeah. Okay.
It
That's
doesn't
actually a good one.
step back. It doesn't let you rest. The relentlessness comes from obsession only.
That's actually, I think we students have to adapt to for that obsession because uh, that is the one which leads our future, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, guys, any questions? Let's open to the questions. Let's wait for some questions.
Okay.
And Syed, also I have one more question
Yeah.
that many founders are executed with building and moreover they are perfect with what they are. So like if they want to approach for funding, so like where they should approach for funding.
So it basically depends on what kind of funding they're looking for. Are they looking
Okay.
for the seed funding, or they're looking for round one, round two? So they're like basically different platforms. So I would actually suggest one of the biggest platform for startups, like products, if they're related to product companies. This is a platform called Y Combinator. Okay. Okay, so it is a great platform, and there are like a lot of global investors in it. Okay, the big whales in the investing firms like SoftBank and all are involved with this Y Combinator. So I guess if they have a good idea and if they had a good engineering, so I guess they should approach towards Y Combinator for the funding and get them network resources as well as the funding.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because I think many people are suffering with funding, I guess. So I think they have to try this.
Yeah.
And one more thing that if we go to the startup events, like there are many CEOs and founders right there. So like what will gain by going to that events?
Network, network.
Yeah.
That was I was saying you that a good network will open you doors that thousands of degrees, your anonymous knowledge will not open it. One right connection and one right network will get to a position that years of hard work won't. So network is a very important and essential thing in business.
Yeah, that's true actually. That's actually a fact, not true. We are waiting for your questions, guys. Is anyone like? Did anyone want to ask any questions? Uh, Varma asked a question that Syed, do you think AI is going to fall down because recently for rehired their 350 employees who were fired because of AI?
So how does it relate with AI falling down? It's just the people are getting replaced by AI, right?
I think that is the biggest challenge right now.
Say if people are adopting right with the AI and going using it in a right way, okay, they will not get replaced, to be honest, because every company wants an employee who utilizes AI and does the work of 5 to 10. But in this gen, if you're still an employee who does the work of one and doesn't bring productivity and gets the time period for the work that takes days, I guess then that's the only reason people get replaced.
So, I just want to ask you that if people like final year students who are learning languages right now, like Java, Python, like what do you suggest them after seeing all this pro content, like after seeing all this AI and all over things, like what do you suggest to them?
So see, there are different levels of stuff in AI. Okay, there is surface level AI and there is depth level AI. So if I say that, I guess they need to learn how the math behind these models work basically. Just learning the application to use it, which is basically called AI engineering. Okay, they should learn how these models are built. What is the process of these models being trained? What is the mathematics behind it? I guess then that would be benefited for them because AI can't do this part right now.
Yeah. So even I knew that AI is not about coding; it's all about mathematics. Is it true?
In what sense do you say?
Like it is like most of the people know that we will build it with coding, but in the back end, like everything works with mathematic calculations and like that.
Programming itself is built on mathematics. Programming itself is built on mathematics. If I say you simply, AI is nothing but a model which is very good at predicting anything. You understand me? So if I say learning XYZ, it has seen those kind of stuff thousands times, thousands of data sets. Okay. So when you ask it, it uses the past data and just predicts like what could be the better version of it. And prediction always comes from the probability. And this all is math. These are all AI models which you see, Claude, or you see this GPT, or you see Gemini, or you see Grok. These are very refined and very good models that are very good at prediction. I don't say it's true intelligence. It's just very good at predicting something.
Most of times, even its prediction is true. It gets correct. Yeah.
Exactly.
So even in a group discussions, like we used to like in a discussion, we are using a chat GPT. So everyone is searching for a same question, and it is giving different answers to everyone. Like I wonder that at that time, like can you say why that would be?
Because see, if you have used ChatGPT, you will be knowing that there's an option in ChatGPT called memory. Okay. So what it does is that basically it understands your patterns, means the way you want the answers, the way you talk, what's your like. There are different styles of answering, right? Okay. The way Ruchita answers is different. The way Syed answers is different. Okay. It adopts to that pattern and answers you accordingly. The main objective and answer will be the same, but the way of conveying you will be different.
Even I think the way we give prompt, it gives the same, isn't it?
Exactly. Even if you understand Ruchita, human knowledge and human intelligence is also all about predicting something. Because see, can you tell me like what is your own knowledge?
Own knowledge.
Yeah, no, right?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
everything you know has come from somewhere, or if you have read it somewhere, it's all about that. And everything that is processed in your mind, you're reacting based on that. If I ask you something out of that, you won't be able to act upon or say anything. Again, don't take it like consciousness is different from intelligence.
Yeah, that's the correct one.
AI works on the same.
Um, yeah. So, Varma is asking that I'm a first year student. Can you tell me a proper roadmap to become an AI engineer?
So I would basically say them to start with the basic fundamentals of programming, okay, and avoid vibe coding as much as they can because they need to first build their fundamentals very strong, okay. Then after doing that, I would suggest them to go with the basics of ML, Okay, what are different types of ML models, how these all things work, what is back propagation, how the deep learning works, and all. Once you're done with these all things, then move towards how AI agents are built, how looping is done, how prompting is done. Okay, because there are different types of prompting, I would say. Okay, and then after doing that, move to the tools such as MCPs and all. Okay, learn the frameworks of AI agent, similar like Crew AI, AutoGen, and all. And then I always programming is similar to mathematics. As much as you practice, you become more proficient.
Yeah. So Harsha is asking that will AI create more jobs than it replaces?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Every time in the history, when there is a new innovation coming up, the lower layer jobs are getting erased, but there are surface level jobs that are getting created over this. Because if it has replaced the if we say the French engineers, okay, or like freshers in the industry, it has created the jobs like MLOps engineer. It has created the jobs like AI engineer. It has created the job forward deployed engineer. There are many other jobs that it has created. Is that it is just making us to avoid the lower level work and move towards higher level work that requires intelligence truly, human intelligence truly.
So Varma is asking that any product ideas to get started.
I would say them to work and understand the frameworks like AutoGen and True AI, which are also very essential if you're getting into the industry. So you understand how these agents actually work, how does the black box theory work, how do these agents actually communicate with each other and react.
Actually, working with projects gives us a practical idea, and I think it make us to learn a lot, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. So any other questions, guys? So Kashyap is asking that my friend is trying to create an AI video interview platform for students, but is facing difficulty with the platform regarding the development.
Okay. So yeah, if there could be specific problems, if he could elaborate what he is actually facing, I guess I could help him out with some solution.
Yeah, it's in deployment. Sorry, yeah. His platform regarding the deployment is facing the issue.
Okay, so need the exact issue, right? If you could elaborate, so I could answer it in a better way.
Kashyap, can you please elaborate?
So whether he's using a open source model where he has it deployed it, or whether if he is using some frontier AI model. So how is he handling this? They have many different issues.
Actually, his question is where he can deploy his model on cloud.
Hugging Face. Hugging Face. So deploy his model over Hugging Face. So it is very useful. It gives you some free space, okay, where you can deploy model and make it available to everyone around the world.
Using phase is free.
Yeah,
So any other questions? So, Syed, like, I have a question that which AI domain, like agents, robotics, healthcare, chip design, like, which one have the best opportunity over next 5 years?
All of them.
Okay.
All of them has a great opportunity. Because if I say everything is interdependent on each other, okay, if robotics is coming into the picture, AI is the brain of complete robotics. So it is dependent on that. And if medical care is coming, so it is also dependent on AI. Okay. And for AI to make some profits and companies to make some profits with these frontier AI models, they need applications in robotics, need applications in other industries also. So these all are interconnected and interdependent, I would say.
That actually makes sense. And nowadays, like chip designing is gonna be exploded in India because Narendra Modi is going to start a lot of companies right now, right? So even in that, they are using AIs because if there is a small mistake in chip designing, like they're gonna get about crores loss, right? Even in that, they are using design. Sorry, AI. So what if AI make them to go with a like takes them in a wrong step, like they're gonna lose crores, right, for just small mistake. Like how do you correct it?
See, for this year, they have been trained professionals, very much trained professionals who are very precise with chip design. Because I would basically say that the AI isn't not used anywhere right now for chip design. I would say. The only chip manufacturer in the world is TMC. Okay, it is based out in Taiwan. It is the only company who produces chips globally. Okay, even for the companies like Intel, companies for Apple. Okay, for every one of those of them. Okay, this is the only company that produces chips. Indian government has taken an initiative. It's not. It is not going to open company. It is giving investors opportunities, some subsidies from the government itself to motivate them to open these industries in India. And I don't think if, AI is going to be used right now. If at all it is going to be used, the very much trained professionals which will be used backing these AI systems, that these kind of problems will rise.
What skill did you look for when you're hiding interns of freshers at TarsLab?
We don't actually at TarsLab we don't work with freshers or interns. Actually, we deal with top MNCs around the globe, so we require a minimum experience of 4 to 5 years in order to join the company.
So one more thing that most of students are, creating everything with AI, like PPTs and their assignments, like everything for everything they're using AI, right? So which AI tool should you like? Which AI tool will you suggest for every engineer student to learn in 2026?
I would say Claude AI, and I would be suggesting people to stop using AI for every other single thing. See, AI is like in work for you, and you need to become an architect. So if you tell me, Ruchita, I got a very interesting thing in my mind. Okay, while you construct a building or apartment, what does an architect do and what does a labor do? Can you tell me?
What isn't he'll plan for blueprint, like he'll plan everything.
Okay, what does labor do?
He'll work and he'll construct the building with he uses like bricks, cements, and he'll go according to his plan and he'll build the building.
Okay, so if you ask a site engineer, what does he do?
Site engineer, I think he works with the plan which is already there, like a blueprint.
Okay, so if you ask the site engineer and labor to create complete infrastructure from scratch without having any architectural knowledge or without having an architecture, what will these two guys do?
I think it's impossible, I guess, like without a plan.
Even if they make, either the base wouldn't be strong enough, the pillars wouldn't be in the right position, People are doing right now the same thing with AI. AI is a smart AI, state engineer, and a labor, but you can't expect a good architecture from it. So even if you're making some kind of PPTs or if you're writing a piece of code, first understand what exactly do you need. Okay, just give a proper layout what exactly you're looking for. Give it the exact points. Okay, give it the exact architecture. Like you need to use this kind of tech stack and all. Then only ask the AI to work for it. So that at that moment there is any AI, even the open source models will work far behind.
Okay.
People need to start become an architecture instead of becoming instead of just asking AI to do complete end-to-end stuff, because industry don't value those people.
So, one last question that Varshit is asking. I'm a fourth year student and I have a RAG, LLMs, Agentic AI and Gen AI, vector database, etc. So, what project will you suggest to kickstart my AI engineering path?
We've already started it. If he's working on RAG applications, okay, that is one of the important part in the part of AI engineering. So you have started it, and if you want to go more ahead, I would suggest you to work on MCP. I would suggest you to work with skill files. I would suggest you to work with different kind of frameworks that I have suggested sometime before, such as AutoGen and QA. So yeah, that would give you a much more better idea, I would say.
Yes, guys. So that's a wrap up for today's session, and a huge thank to Syed Nooruddin Hussain for joining us and sharing his insights, experience, and vision for the future of AI. So, if you enjoyed our conversation, like make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Sketch Brains for more such insightful discussions with innovators, creators, and industry experts. And also, we're gonna share you the QR code. Guys, just scan that, and we're gonna send you certificates. And for even for more updates, just join the QR code. Kashyap is asking that asking you Syed to connect in the LinkedIn.
Yeah, sure. You can search me over Google. Okay, if you just type Syed Nooruddin Hussaini, you'll find my LinkedIn and all the information. You can Google me that.
Yeah, guys, just scan the QR code and join the social media, like join the WhatsApp. So also don't forget to follow Sketchbrains on LinkedIn and other social media platforms to stay updated on upcoming events and sessions like this. So we'll also leave Syed's LinkedIn profile and TarsLab details in the WhatsApp group. So sure be check out them. And thank you guys. Thank you, Syed Nuruddin Hussain. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.